How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? Isaiah 14 verse 12. The story of fallen angels is a tale of rebellion, power, and the ultimate fall from grace. These celestial beings, created by God, once held positions of honor and authority in heaven. However, their pride and desire for power led them to rebel against their Creator, resulting in their expulsion from heaven. This video will explore the identities and stories of 4 fallen angels mentioned in the Bible. Lucifer, the morning star. Lucifer, often referred to as the morning star, is perhaps the most well-known of the fallen angels. His story is a compelling tale of beauty, pride, and a dramatic fall from grace. Created as a perfect and magnificent being, Lucifer held a high rank among the angels, radiating beauty and wisdom. However, these very attributes led to his downfall, as they fueled his pride and ambition. Lucifer's story is rooted in the scriptures, particularly in Isaiah 14 verses 12 to 15, where it is written, "How art thou fallen from heaven, O Lucifer, son of the morning? How art thou cut down to the ground, which didst weaken the nations? For thou hast said in thine heart, I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God, I will sit also upon the mount of the congregation, in the sides of the north, I will ascend above the heights of the clouds, I will be like the Most High. Yet thou shalt be brought down to hell, to the sides of the pit." Lucifer was created with immense beauty and wisdom, standing out among the celestial beings. His name, Lucifer, means light-bringer or morning star, reflecting his original purpose and splendor. But his heart became corrupted by his own brilliance. He began to see himself as equal to, or even above, God. This pride grew into rebellion as he sought to overthrow God's rule and establish himself as the supreme being. The Bible describes Lucifer's audacious plans: "I will ascend into heaven, I will exalt my throne above the stars of God." This declaration was not just a desire for elevation but a direct challenge to God's sovereignty. He wanted to take God's place, to be worshipped and revered above all. Lucifer's rebellion did not go unnoticed. The heavenly realms were thrown into turmoil as Lucifer rallied a third of the angels to his cause. This led to a great war in heaven, a battle of unimaginable proportions. Archangel Michael, a fierce and loyal servant of God, led the heavenly forces against Lucifer and his followers. The conflict was intense, with angels clashing in a cosmic struggle for supremacy. Ultimately, Lucifer and his rebel angels were defeated. Michael and his army overpowered them, casting them out of heaven. The once brilliant morning star fell, plummeting to the earth, stripped of his former glory. This event marked the beginning of his transformation into Satan, the adversary, the prince of darkness. Lucifer's fall is not just a tale of celestial rebellion but a profound lesson about pride and its consequences. His desire to usurp God's throne led to his eternal damnation, transforming him from a beautiful angel into a symbol of evil and corruption. His story is a stark reminder of the dangers of arrogance and the importance of humility. As we reflect on Lucifer's story, it's worth considering what drove him to such extreme rebellion. Was it simply pride, or was there more to his fall? What lessons can we learn from his tragic tale? Share your thoughts in the comments below and join our channel, Celestial Chronicles, for more intriguing tales and discussions about celestial beings and biblical stories. Engage with us as we explore the mysteries of the heavens and the complex narratives of those who once inhabited its realms. Beelzebub, the Lord of Flies. Beelzebub, also known as Beelzebub, is another notable fallen angel mentioned in the Bible. His name means Lord of the Flies, a title that reflects his association with decay, corruption, and demonic activity. Beelzebub was worshipped as a deity in the ancient Philistine city of Ekron, and his story is deeply tied to themes of idolatry and false gods. Beelzebub's role in the spiritual realm is one of influence over corruption and decay. He is often depicted as a powerful demon, commanding legions of other demons. His influence was such that people in ancient times turned to him for guidance, often in matters of sorcery and dark practices. The worship of Beelzebub in Ekron is a testament to his perceived power among the Philistines, where he was called upon to cure illnesses and bring prosperity, despite his association with flies and filth. In the New Testament, Beelzebub's name appears in the context of accusations against Jesus. The Pharisees, religious leaders of the time, accused Jesus of casting out demons by invoking the power of Beelzebub, whom they called the Prince of Demons. This accusation was meant to undermine Jesus' divine authority by suggesting that his miracles were performed through demonic power rather than by the Spirit of God. Matthew 12 verses 24 to 28 provides a vivid account of this confrontation. But when the Pharisees heard it, they said, "This fellow doth not cast out devils, but by Beelzebub the prince of the devils." And Jesus knew their thoughts, and said unto them, "Every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself, how shall then his kingdom stand? And if I by Beelzebub cast out devils, by whom do your children cast them out? Therefore they shall be your judges. But if I cast out devils by the Spirit of God, then the kingdom of God is come unto you." Jesus' response to the Pharisees was both logical and profound. He pointed out that a kingdom divided against itself cannot stand. If he were casting out demons by Beelzebub's power, it would imply that Satan's kingdom was divided and self-destructive. Instead, Jesus emphasized that his power to cast out demons came from the Spirit of God, signifying the presence of God's kingdom. The association of Beelzebub with idolatry and corruption can be seen in various aspects of his story. As the Lord of the Flies, he represents the decaying and corrupt aspects of life. Flies, often seen around dead and decaying matter, symbolize the pervasive influence of corruption and evil that Beelzebub embodies. This imagery is powerful, conveying the idea that those who follow false gods and corrupt practices are ultimately led towards spiritual decay and ruin. Beelzebub's connection to false gods also reflects the broader theme of idolatry in the Bible. Idolatry, the worship of false gods, is repeatedly condemned in the scriptures. It represents a turning away from the true God and a reliance on entities that lead people astray. The worship of Beelzebub in Ekron is a stark example of how people can be misled by the allure of false promises and corrupted power. In summary, Beelzebub's story is a rich tapestry of themes related to corruption, idolatry, and demonic influence. His presence in the Bible serves as a cautionary tale about the dangers of turning away from God and embracing corrupt practices. The accusations against Jesus highlight the misunderstandings and opposition he faced, even as he performed miracles through the Spirit of God. Why do you think Beelzebub is so closely linked with idolatry and corruption? Share your thoughts and insights in the comments below. Join our channel, Celestial Chronicles, for more in-depth explorations of biblical stories and the mysteries of the spiritual realm. Let's continue this intriguing discussion together. Azazel, the scapegoat. Azazel is a mysterious and enigmatic figure in biblical and ancient texts. He is most notably associated with the Day of Atonement ritual described in Leviticus 16. During this sacred ceremony, 2 goats were chosen by casting lots, one for the Lord and one for Azazel. The goat designated for the Lord was sacrificed as a sin offering, while the goat for Azazel, often referred to as the scapegoat, was sent into the wilderness. This act symbolically carried the sins of the people away, cleansing them for the year ahead. Leviticus 16 verses 8-10 provides a detailed account of this ritual, and Aaron shall cast lots upon the 2 goats, one lot for the Lord, and the other lot for the scapegoat. And Aaron shall bring the goat upon which the Lord's lot fell, and offer him for a sin offering. But the goat, on which the lot fell to be the scapegoat, shall be presented alive before the Lord, to make an atonement with him, and to let him go for a scapegoat into the wilderness. The association of Azazel with the wilderness and sin is unique among fallen angels. The wilderness, a desolate and untamed place, symbolizes separation from the sacred and pure. By sending the scapegoat into this barren land, the sins of the community were believed to be removed and isolated, away from the holy and the community itself. Ancient texts, such as the Book of Enoch, provide additional context to Azazel's role. In these writings, Azazel is depicted as a leader among the rebellious angels who descended to earth. These angels, known as the Watchers, took human wives and fathered the Nephilim, giants who were infamous for their wickedness. Azazel, in particular, is said to have taught humanity various forbidden arts, including weapon-making, cosmetics, and other forms of knowledge that led to increased sin and corruption. Azazel's teachings were seen as a direct defiance against God's will. By imparting these skills, he not only corrupted humanity but also played a significant role in spreading sin and rebellion. This act of imparting forbidden knowledge mirrors the concept of the scapegoat, as Azazel himself becomes a symbol of the collective sins of humanity, bearing the weight of corruption and leading people astray. The ritual of the scapegoat, therefore, serves as both a literal and symbolic purification process. By placing the sins of the people onto the goat and sending it to Azazel, the community could symbolically transfer their wrongdoing and seek atonement. This process reflects a deep understanding of sin, responsibility, and the need for redemption. In summary, Azazel's story is a rich tapestry of themes related to sin, atonement, and the consequences of forbidden knowledge. His role as a scapegoat in the Day of Atonement ritual underscores the importance of purification and the human desire to distance themselves from sin. The wilderness into which the scapegoat is sent symbolizes the separation of sin from the sacred community. As we delve deeper into Azazel's story, we see a powerful narrative about the dangers of knowledge without wisdom and the need for atonement and redemption. Azazel's fall and his teachings highlight the perpetual struggle between following divine will and succumbing to the temptations of forbidden knowledge. What role do you think Azazel played in the history of humanity's sin? Share your insights and thoughts in the comments below. Join our channel, Celestial Chronicles, for more fascinating explorations of biblical stories and the mysteries of the spiritual realm. Let's continue this engaging discussion together. Leviathan, the chaos monster. Leviathan is often depicted as a monstrous sea serpent or dragon in various biblical texts. Unlike other fallen angels, Leviathan embodies chaos and destruction. His story is woven into the fabric of ancient Near Eastern mythology, where sea monsters symbolize the chaotic forces opposed to divine order. Leviathan appears in several places in the Bible, serving as a powerful symbol of God's dominion over chaos. In Isaiah 27 verse 1, the prophet speaks of Leviathan's ultimate defeat. In that day the Lord with his sore and great and strong sword shall punish Leviathan the piercing serpent, even Leviathan that crooked serpent, and he shall slay the dragon that is in the sea. This passage highlights God's power and promise to overcome chaos and restore order. The book of Job provides one of the most detailed descriptions of Leviathan, emphasizing his fearsome nature and immense strength. Job 41 verses 1 to 34 offers a vivid portrayal. Canst thou draw out Leviathan with an hook? Or his tongue with a cord which thou lettest down? Canst thou put an hook into his nose? Or bore his jaw through with a thorn? Will he make many supplications unto thee? Will he speak soft words unto thee? None is so fierce that dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand before me? He beholdeth all high things, he is a king over all the children of pride. Here, Leviathan is depicted as an indomitable creature, untamable by humans, serving to underscore God's unmatched power over even the most formidable forces of nature. Leviathan's presence in the Bible extends beyond these vivid descriptions to embody deeper symbolic meanings. In ancient cultures, sea monsters like Leviathan represented the unpredictable and often destructive aspects of the natural world. By conquering Leviathan, God demonstrates his ability to bring order to chaos, reassuring believers of his ultimate control over the universe. The imagery of Leviathan is also used to reflect the struggle between good and evil. As a symbol of chaos, Leviathan stands in opposition to God's divine order. The battle against Leviathan is not just a physical confrontation but also a spiritual one, representing the ongoing conflict between divine righteousness and the forces of darkness and disorder. Furthermore, Leviathan's depiction as a dragon or serpent ties him to other biblical themes and figures, such as the serpent in the Garden of Eden and the dragon in the Book of Revelation. These connections create a cohesive narrative thread throughout the Bible, linking Leviathan to the broader story of humanity's struggle with sin and the ultimate triumph of God's justice. The mythological roots of Leviathan also provide a fascinating glimpse into the cultural context of the biblical writers. In the ancient Near East, sea monsters like Leviathan were common motifs in myths and legends. By incorporating these elements into their own religious texts, the biblical authors were able to communicate profound theological truths using familiar imagery. This approach helped to convey the message of God's sovereignty and the promise of his ultimate victory over chaos to a diverse audience. As we delve deeper into Leviathan's story, it becomes clear that his role is multifaceted. He is not only a literal sea monster but also a symbol of the chaotic forces that threaten divine order. His defeat by God reassures believers of the Almighty's power and control, offering hope and encouragement in the face of life's uncertainties. Leviathan's story invites us to reflect on the nature of chaos in our own lives and the assurance of divine intervention. How do you interpret the symbolism of Leviathan in the Bible? Let's explore this together in the chat. Join our channel, Celestial Chronicles, for more in-depth discussions on biblical stories and the mysteries of the spiritual realm. Together, we can uncover the rich layers of meaning behind these ancient texts. The stories of these four fallen angels, Lucifer, Beelzebub, Azazel, and Leviathan, offer a glimpse into the complex and multifaceted nature of rebellion against divine order. Each of these beings, in their own way, represents different aspects of pride, corruption, sin, and chaos. As we delve deeper into these narratives, we gain a better understanding of the consequences of defying God and the eternal struggle between good and evil. These stories continue to captivate and inspire, reminding us of the importance of humility, obedience, and faith. Thank you for watching this episode of Celestial Chronicles. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more fascinating stories from the Bible. Let's continue the conversation in the comments. What are your thoughts on these fallen angels and their impact on humanity? Join us next time as we explore more intriguing tales from the celestial realm. Until then, stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries of the universe.